Welcome to Agency MVP Kickoff. My name is Samantha. I'm a success coach here at MVP, and I will be teaching today's class. This class will be brief, just to quickly review how to set up your MVP account and how to get started. The first thing that we want to do is we want to make sure that you invite all of your staff to MVP. To invite your staff to MVP, you're going to go ahead and click your name on the top right. You're going to go ahead and come on down here to invite team member. And then we're going to go ahead and fill in their name. We'll do their email. The phone number, I would recommend that you put in their office phone number. That's the phone number that we will be contacting if we have any questions or need to reach out for training. Mark them as a producer, sort of sales staff, and then we're going to go ahead and click on send invite. Once you click send invite, they will receive an invitation for MVP. They're going to open up that email, click on accept invitation, and then they will set their password, and then they'll be able to log into MVP. Please make sure that you and all of your staff know that you should always be using Agency MVP and Google Chrome. I would also recommend that you bookmark MVP and also save your login and password for faster access. You can add all of your staff. If you need help with that, please contact our support team. The next thing that we'll want to do is set up integration for any leads that you are purchasing. If you click your name on the top right and then choose account information, this is where you will find the information that's needed to set up that integration. Here we have an EverQuote API integration URL. You will go ahead and click on copy to clipboard for that, and then that will copy the URL for you. You'll then log into your EverQuote account and go to the delivery settings of each campaign. This needs to be done for every single campaign because they all have different delivery settings. You'll just click add lead management system. You'll choose Agency MVP, paste this URL in, and then you'll click update settings. The other one we have here is our organization token. You'll click copy to clipboard and that will copy that token for you. You will use this for all other lead providers that integrate into MVP. All that I would do is send an email to your lead provider, probably to their support email if you don't have a direct contact with them, and you'll just ask them to send your leads to MVP and give them your token. Once they set that up, normally it takes just a couple hours or so for them to get that done. Those leads will start coming into MVP. Any new leads from that point forward will come directly here into your MVP account, which will help shorten any data entry time. To find a list of the leads that integrate into MVP, the easiest place to go would be to our workflows page. If you click your name on the top right and go to workflows, we're going to go ahead and click on create API workflow. The reason why we do that is because API workflows can only apply to API leads, which are your integrated leads. Okay, here we have condition 1 marketing source. And this drop-down menu, you can choose any of the companies that integrate directly into MVP. Okay, so that's the best way to find the list of all the lead providers that do integrate. Next thing that we're going to talk about, let's go on back to our account information page. We're going to review our organization settings. This is your business name. This is the name that will show on the quote comparison when it is texted through MVP. Please make sure that's how you would want your business name to be shown. This should be your office phone number here. Make sure you have the correct time zone and the correct address. If you need to change these, go ahead and click edit, make your changes, and then click the green save button. Here we have some other settings that you can turn off. Messaging feature, be turning off texting as a whole through MVP. Highly recommend you keep that box unchecked. The next step would be to disable the automatic opt-out messaging. MVP automatically includes a message once every 30 days, giving the household an option to opt out or reminding them that they can text stop to opt out. That is to keep you TCPA compliant. I would also recommend keeping that box unchecked. Here we have our claims fall-off settings. These are very important. And these are going to tell MVP when you would like MVP to alert you when a claim is falling off. So here we have 35 months for home, auto, and other. So most claims seem to fall off about the 36-month mark, so 3 years after the date of the claim. And we put a 35 here because we want MVP to start alerting you 30 days prior to the claim actually falling off. So you can change those numbers here if you would like to, and then click the green save button. The next step we have here is our email subscription. The email subscription is great for you to check here, make sure you have the ones turned on that you would like. Renewal alerts. This is going to be like billing notices, letting you know when your MVP account is up for renewal. Activation alerts will send you an email letting you know when your staff has activated their MVP accounts. You won't get very many of those other than when you first are inviting your staff. So keeping that checked is fine as well. And then the next step is the performance report. So the performance reports is actually an email that you will receive every night. It's going to come about 10:30 p.m. Central Time. Here's a quick little shot of one. This is going to show you all the call activity across the agency that day. So we have each staff member's name that's active, okay? And then we have how many leads they called, how many API leads, so those will be the integrated leads for that day, hot leads that were called, awaiting prospects, quoted prospects, and the cross-sell opportunities that were called for that day. We have a total households contacted. So that's going to count the total number of households that we called. But the total call attempts will show you the total number of phone calls logged. So here we have 4, and then the total households contacted has 2. That just means that we only called 2 different households for a total of 4 phone calls. Okay, so some households might have been called more than once. Then here we have the total text messages that were sent. This is going to only include manual text messages that are sent. So it will not include any automated text messages. And we'll learn more about those here in a little bit. If you don't want to see this call performance report, you can just uncheck that box. I think that report is a great tool. I would recommend keeping that on as well. Here we have your assigned number. The assigned number is your masked phone number that we assign to you for texting. When you text out of MVP, this would be the number that would show. So whatever number shows here underneath assigned number on your account information page is what your texting number is. Great thing is if they call that phone number that you're texting them from, it will ring to this phone number listed here. This is why this phone number up top should always be your office phone number. Down below here, we have your payment information. You can make any changes to your subscription, update your credit cards, see when your payments are due, when it's set to renew, all the above. If you have any questions about billing, please reach out to our billing department and they will be happy to help you. All right, so now that we got that part done, we're going to talk about workflows. So workflows are found when you click your name on the top right and then go to workflows. We have a couple different types of workflows. We have an API workflow, which only applies to the API leads, those integrated leads like I had mentioned earlier. We have a custom workflow, and a custom workflow is just that. A custom workflow can be used for anything. You will manually assign a custom workflow to a household. Okay, custom workflows can be used for customer onboarding. It can be used for quote follow-up, for win-backs, referrals, many different things. Okay, so when I am thinking about different types of workflows to create, I would suggest that you think about any redundant processes in your agency. So when I think workflows, I think, okay, I'm going to automate the texting and emailing that I do so that I can only focus on the phone calls. That's what these are for. Okay. The other one we have here is we have X-date workflows. These will target specific X-dates for auto or home. These workflows will start and stop based on the renewal date listed for that household. The X-date workflows apply for 3 years worth of renewal dates, which is great. To learn more about custom and X-date workflows, please visit MVP University or help and support page to learn more. There's videos and there's some documentation that you can watch. You can also talk to your assigned coach and they will be able to help you out. Today, we're just going to briefly run over the API workflows. So when I click on Create API Workflow, I am going to go ahead and name it. So if you are buying leads that are integrated into MVP, highly suggest that you set this up right away. Let's go ahead and say that we're buying leads from EverQuote. Here I'm going to select EverQuote from that drop-down menu because I want this workflow to apply to all of my EverQuote leads. Then I have my SMS workflow action settings. These are the notification settings for your staff members. And a lot of agencies, they share the internet leads. So what I would do is I would check the names of the staff members that will be working these leads. Okay, we don't have to check all of them. You can only do some of them or just one, whatever you would like. What this is going to do is it's going to allow these staff members to receive an audible and a visual notification in MVP when someone texts back from this workflow. That would be a little ding that will go off when a text message comes in, and then we'll put like a little one, a little red circle, and a one right here in the messages section. Okay. All right, here we have our opt-out messaging. It is going to automatically go to enabled. I would suggest you leave that on. This will allow MVP to include that opt-out message once every 30 days with this API workflow. If you change that setting, you are responsible to add your own in. If you have it as enabled, we will take care of it for you to make sure that you remain TCPA compliant. All right, down below here, we have your workflow actions. So a workflow is a series of automated messages, okay? So with that said, we can have an email action or an SMS action. If I click on add SMS action, it will add in this box. An SMS is a text message. I want my workflow to actually start with this text message. So I'm gonna click this little green arrow and it's going to move it up, okay? So we have the arrows to move it up or down, okay? And then we also have the red X, which will remove that action entirely. The great thing about MVP's workflow is you have full control over what they say, who they go to, when the messages are sent, and all the above, okay? So create what you would like them to say. If you need any help, you're welcome to visit our Facebook groups. We have some templates shared in the files, and then we also have some templates built into MVP as well. But I would talk to your assigned coach and have them help you find those. We're going to go ahead and create a text message here. I'm going to go ahead and type in hi. Because I am sending this to all of my EverQuote leads, I can't use an individual household's name, right? I have to kind of keep it really just kind of indirect, right? Because we're not able to change, we're not going to text this or manually type this out for every household. But MVP actually has what we call variable fields. So in this section down here, you are able to click one of these options. And so here it says first name. So what's going to happen is when this message is sent to a household, it's going to pull their first name that's listed here in MVP and put that in. So it will say, hi, Brian. Okay. So I would recommend that you use this variable field as much as possible. I think it is really good to personalize your messages. So let's go ahead and finish out this message. Let's say this is the ABC Insurance Agency. We have received your request for a quote and we are working on it now. Would you prefer that we text or email your quote to you? So this is a little broad, right? I didn't put a specific name, I just put the agency as a whole. I do that because in the agency that I was in, we all shared them. It wasn't a specific person. So that's why I worded it this way. If you want to put a specific person's name in here, you are more than welcome to. You don't have to use this messaging if you don't like it or you don't want to use it. That's fine. It's just a suggestion. It does say here text and email in all capital letters. The reason why I do that is actually to draw their attention to those words because I include the stop messaging in my text messages and that word stop is in all caps. So that's why I put that here to kind of draw their attention elsewhere. Next up is we have the deliver after adding workflow to household. I'm going to go ahead and select when I want this text message to be sent. I'm going to go ahead and choose immediately. As soon as that lead comes in from to MVP from EverQuote, this workflow will be assigned to it and this text message will be sent immediately. You're going to be the first agent to text this household. That is so important with internet leads. Okay, we've got that. Next up, we have action 2, which is the email. So something that we've learned is in the subject line, if you put the first name, the open rate increases quite a bit. So I like to always include the first name in the subject line, or as much as possible, really. So I'll say first name, your requested quote is almost ready. We're going to go ahead and select a reply to email. So when they reply to this email, which one of our staff members do you want to get that email? Then we have the body of the email. I'm actually going to go ahead and copy and paste from the template that I have just for time. So I'll go ahead and paste that here. We've got our email here. It's short, simple. I'm asking a couple questions. I like to kind of space it out so it's a little bit easier to read. This email messaging is on our template that's hosted on our Facebook groups. I always make sure it's a signature, at least the office name and a phone number, so if they want to call you, they can. And then we're going to deliver after action 1. I want this to go out 5 minutes after action 1 has been completed. Okay. So the good thing is you can create multiple different actions. You can create really as many as you want. I recommend that you do at least 3 actions per workflow. And so is what I have recommended, but it's really up to you on what you would like to do. Keep in mind that the next action is only going to happen if you have not spoken to that household already. So MVP has a spam protection built into it. If they text you back after action 1 and before action 2 was supposed to happen, action 2 would not happen. Okay, and so it's if they texted you, or if you log a phone call as answered or inbound. Okay, I'm only going to create those 2 actions today just for example purposes. I would recommend that you come in here and add at least a few more actions. I'm going to go ahead and click on Save Workflow, and I've now created that workflow. All right, so those are your API workflows, and that's all that we're going to go over today. I would suggest that you start with that and then visit MVP University to learn more about MVP and about your workflows. Next thing that we're going to talk about is training. So our training that we like to do here at MVP is a combination of independent training and group training. So we will do a group training with your entire agency and your agency's assigned coach. And it will also have some videos that you will watch before and after those trainings. That way we can focus on the more advanced topics and the things that are going to affect your agency right away and how you work leads and things like that. Okay, so you and your staff will receive emails with some videos to watch. Our training videos are about 5 minutes or less, so it won't take very long. We highly suggest that you guys watch those videos. If you do not receive those emails or you want to get started on those sooner, you can go ahead and find them by clicking your name on the top right, choose Help and Support. And then if we go to MVP University here on this page, it's going to be broken up between MVP 101, 201, and 301. This is for your staff to watch. MVP 101 are the videos that I would watch before your 1-hour team training that your coach will schedule with you. As an agency owner, you can watch the agent training videos before the agent kickoff that you will schedule with your assigned coach. You should be receiving those emails within the first couple of hours of registering here with MVP. If you do not, please contact our support team and we'll be happy to help. You can contact our support team by phone, email, or by chat. If you click this little logo on the bottom left and then scroll down, we have a live chat, and you can chat in with our support team. All right, well, that's everything I have for this class today. Let me go ahead and share our contact information here with you. We have our support line. You can call the main office number, and option 1 will take you to support. You can also get to sales or billing from that number as well. I have our support email, and I also did put our direct phone number for billing as well as their email. I did mention our private Facebook group. It's Agency MVP members only. Feel free to join that group. That group is for only active MVP members. Lots of great material that we share, post in there. Agents talk about a lot of different things that go on in their agency as well. So lots of great resources for you there. All right, well, welcome to Agency MVP. I hope you are able to meet all of your goals that you have set and find success here with our program. If you have any questions, we have a team of success coaches that are here to help you find success. Thank you so much for joining, and have a blessed day.